And by the way, this game was published by Sega. Yeah, same people that made Sonic. Keep that in your mind while you watch this video. Alright, it's time to get to Mad World, the much better game in my opinion, not to mention this game makes No More Heroes its bitch in terms of content. Before I get into that, we should cover the story, but before I start, just remember I've always spoiled the story, just saying for future reference. So don't watch my reviews unless you don't care about spoiling the stories of these games. I warned you. The story of this game is that Deathwatch, which is quote-unquote a business, think of it like a betting on horse races. Instead, you're betting on who can kill the most people and who can survive the longest. This guy named Noah, the leader of Deathwatch, conquered an entire city to play in this game. Yes, people, I'm going to be an evil mastermind and make you kill people. Beware. There is a reason my profile picture is me with red eyes and a gun. This new kid in town, Jack Kamen, who is an OP anti-hero that has a chainsaw for an arm. Ha! Take that, lightsaber wannabe! After a good old-fashioned Falcon Punch, Jack gets a sponsor from number 13, who tells Jack about Deathwatch and how long this game has been going on. After Jack gets sick of this shit, he breaks the earpiece, saves a doctor.
My name's Leo. Leo Falmont.
Jeez, I wonder who he's supposed to be. After pretty much telling Leon to fuck off, he heads to Halloween Town.
I don't help people. I kill them.
I love that line. Oh yeah, Jack is a chaser, a short way of saying bounty hunter. But no one knows this and wonders who is he after, and we, the players, don't even know that either. Noah comes to the conclusion that it's Naomi, the mayor's daughter. So he sets a bounty on Jack to make things more interesting. When Jack gets to the castle, it's a classic Mario saves Peach and so on. Oh. Actually, if Jack was Mario, that would explain that scene from Racist Mario. It's canon! With no one knowing who Jack is after, Noah is losing money because of the total amount of people betting on Jack. So they made a clone of Jack. Then it just dies. That was a waste of time. And probably money, too. Noah contacts number 13 to see if he's secretly sponsoring Jack, even though their contract was ripped. 13 tells Noah to check Jack's DNA, and he finds out that Jack was a Deathwatch champion 3 times before, but he changed his name, face, fingerprints, and even his eye colors. Although this game is in black and white, so what kind of eye color did he have before? Jack makes it to the final part of the city, killed ranked 1, and chills out while having a cigar. Noah, who is pretty much broke because of this whole thing, attempts to kill Jack out of desperation, I guess, but Noah gets killed by Leon. But Jack smells this bullshit and cuts Leon's stomach. Why? We found out earlier that Leon is the true leader of Deathwatch and explained that he can have whatever he wants, and he is a sick bastard who likes watching people die. Which leads to my favorite part in the entire game.
I don't help people. I kill them.
And that ends the game. Fun fact, the writers of this story wrote the same story for Sonic Colors. No, not kidding, look it up. Alright, story's done. Time for the fun part, the gameplay. You press the A button to punch, hold down the A button to grab. While grabbing, if you shake the nunchuck to head smash the mook. Shake the Wii remote to stun the mook. While stunned, if you press the A or B button, you can perform a finisher. Always press B, by the way. And hold down the B button to use your chainsaw to kill people in one hit, not counting boss fights. Your chainsaw will run out of gas, so watch out and wait for it to recharge. Good news, everyone! There is no hub world or a bullshit fee. You simply select what level you want to go to, and see, that's better. Fuck you, bullshit fee. This game is a sandbox game, but there are some levels where you have to go A to B, but that's very little times. But the goal of the game is to score points by killing people in the most creative way possible. I could just cut someone down with my chainsaw, but I'll get more points if I slam this tire through this guy, then shove a signpost through his head, and then repeatedly smash him into a spike wall. When you rack up enough points, you'll be able to do this Death Watch minigame, which you get a group of enemies and kill them in various ways, depending on what the minigame is, and hey, you get a living demonstration by this Black Baron and his hoe.
Y'all know who I am. That's right, the Bishop of Blood and Carnage, the Black Baron. Now back to this baby. You just toss a motherfucker into this here jet engine and accelerate that ass into the danger zone at 30,000 G's. What's going on, baby? Now, can't you see him? Hey, what you doing? I'm talking to the people. I'm breaking it down. Ah, God, bitch. I'm gonna pimp smack your ass when I get... Oh!
I'll say this again, don't play this game in the living room. While it's not as bad as No More Heroes, it's just that people will think you got a problem if they see you enjoying this type of game. But come on, people, I can't be the only one that wants this. Jack in Mortal Kombat, come on. What Jack can do in this game is worse than any fatality in any Mortal Kombat game to date. I hate to say this, but the boss fights have very little personality this time around. But to make up for that, they are making the bosses 10 times better than the No More Heroes boss fights. I like all of these boss fights. But I know some people that hate the Shaman, Frank, and Martin. But the rest is awesome. My favorites are Jude the Dude, Darth Vader, Von Twirling Killer, this sumo guy that I cannot pronounce the name for, Elise, Kojak, and the Masters? Okay, what's the deal with the Star Wars stuff? No More Heroes speaks for itself, but this game has not Darth Vader, not Obi-Wan, not Anakin, who has a lightsabers, lightning power, and they have the Force, electromagnetic magnets. Not to mention, the level before this boss is filled with stormtroopers. Maybe this game is trying to tell me something. Nah, it's probably nothing. Back to the boss fights. Finishing the bosses is the best thing in the world. And now, Noah presents all the bosses dying by using the finisher moves.
Stick a fork in that chainsaw because it's done. Well, Jack just finished him off by giving him a taste of his own medicine. Everybody getting his ass kicked by Jack, raise your hand. Oh, wait. He can't raise his hand, can he? Air today, gone tomorrow. Fucking weak. Beetle.
Why's that?
He gets some rin-rin with his ramen.
Savage decapitation.
Another win for Jack. Against this guy, who's weak. I know, but Jack's strong.
Jack's getting dusted. I used to smoke dust before a game. Never seemed to help.
Stay off the drugs, kids. Frank just shook his hand. No, that was me. Where do they get these crab sandwiches they serve us? A dumpster? Ooh, Jack gives Frank a taste of his own electric medicine. I guess you could say Bojack is half the man he used to be. You're about to be all the man you never were. What is in all fairness? What do you think this is, a checkers match?
Jack sure opened those assholes up.
What a mess. I like that.
I don't think he didn't plan for it. I'm not going to repeat myself.
No, as a matter of fact.
And now it looks like the Baron's bitch is going to get some payback.
Who's the bitch now, Baron?
Ooh, when the bat connects with a brain-scrambling hit to the head.
I guess it's goodbye from Matilda. Hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave.
Yeah, some real sweet cheeks on the gal, and she was damn handy with that bat, too. Speaking of which, Jack's got the bat in his hand and murder in his eye.
And the bloodlust is building in the bleachers. Now the Trappers are bringing in the Mad Dogs board, and we all know what that means.
A big fucking finish.
Yes, but I think Jack's got a little unfinished business first.
The Baron doesn't even know what planet he's on.
Pretty soon it won't matter. That's right, Baron. What's good for the bitch is good for the bastard.
I wonder how he likes being on the receiving end of a pimp slap.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. Time for that big fucking finish you were talking about.
Absolutely. This is what we've all been waiting to see. Jack winds up.
The crowd is going crazy.
He swings.
And connects the center of the dartboard.
And the Baron is history. Howard, this crowd has gone absolutely apeshit.
I know you heard these guys by now, but the announcers in this game are funny as hell. You'll hear them more in a minute. Mad World is fantastic. Good story, boss fights are amazing, killing people is so much fun to do. I can't see anything bad about it. And the price of this game on Amazon is like $5 or less. I got this game for 25 cents plus shipping. If you have a Wii/Wii U, get this game. Get No More Heroes. Hell, get them both. Getting both costs less than $15 anyway. Why not? Go nuts. I give Mad World a 10 out of 10. A perfect game in my opinion. And now, time to listen to the announcers and these credits.
I hate this part of town. These billboards are a fucking waste of money.
Self-centered credit horse, if you ask me.
I didn't. game designers are the guys who are in charge of this clusterfuck.
How can you tell which one is the lead programmer?
He's the one not getting laid more than the other programmers. So many nerds, so little time.
They say programmers speak the language of computers because nobody else will speak to them.
I didn't know you were a programmer.
I think my ex-wife slept with all these guys.
I remember that night.
Hey, that guy was in my How to Draw for Slow Learners class.
I didn't have good enough grades to get into that class. I've seen these guys, and they're ugly as sin. Worst models ever.
Modelers, not models, you idiot.
They're still ugly.
The lead animator is the lower intestine of the animation world.
Yep, because he's full of shit.
Animators are the guys who bring the action to life.
I think you mean they're the guys who get no action their whole life.
Yeah, what did I say?
If he's the lead artist, I'd hate to see the morons he leads.
Artists are like a rash. You don't know where they come from, and you don't care, just as long as they go away.
They changed their name to artist when they realized that brain-dead booger eaters wasn't going to fit on their business cards. They only had one guy as the blood effects designer? He must have been working 24/7. You know, the interface designers are...
Interface designers? How the hell did you get that job?
I said interface, not in her face.
Don't care. I'm already getting my resume ready.
You know, this is a disappointment after the amazing soundtrack he did for Anal Butt Sluts number 14.
Yeah, I bought the CD for that one. How sad to go from world-class beatbox artist to supervising sound editor.
Oh, how the might he have fallen. Sound editing? Jesus, everything sounded like a wet fart.
Sorry, that was me.
Ah, Howard.
I don't know if yelling bang every time something happens qualifies as sound programming.
I don't think story writer is the right title for this guy.
What title would you use?
I don't know, something along the lines of mercurial drama queen hack?
Works for me.
Hey, look at this. The spell checker gets a credit, too. Ken Pontac and Warren Graff, keeping hookers and coke dealers in business since 1989. This guy's storyboards remind me of the work of a famous artist.
A classic or modern artist?
Now, I was thinking of that gorilla at the zoo who makes pictures with his own shit.
This guy's not that good.
He won this job because of the work he did from the back of a Max book. We could file lead cinematic designer under made-up job titles and just move on. They had to start calling the interns cinematic animators after the intern riots back in July. Jesus, these guys couldn't frame Howard for sex crime.
Wow, they must really suck.
I know.
After everything I've seen, I think the designer should be fired.
All part of their grand design.